to say, really. So no one ends up speaking, and then finally this woman does. Let's see. Dude, they didn't know what to say. They were like, Because what do you do when you're on the internet being like, Gypsy's the one who came up with all the sexual stuff. She introduced it to Nick. But not really, right? But not really, because Nick just admitted that she was innocent.
Want to start a podcast?
This isn't it. It is. Videos. Ow. Is it?
5 golden things, 4 sparkly days, 3.
I hope that
You did. Very.
not sure what's going on. Not sure what they're right away.
Like these people are.
Using a
Stop us there. I'm just coming around to talk to them.
Okay, here we go.
And I'll pull her out so she's in the meeting. Don't worry.
Okay, because I noticed that in the past that whenever she's been in a meeting, she'd have her secretary normally do it.
Wait,
But
is
that's
this
cool
it?
if you do it too. That's fine with me.
Yeah.
Is
As long as I get a chance.
Very least. So, but I do wish that he would really tell somebody, you know, what he really does.
Got interviewed by the media. See it.
Fit and stuff, because I've seen some of the pictures have been released and she used to dress up, didn't she?
Yes. Yeah. Because remember.
If Echo's
Okay.
Zash.
heard,
Commentate.
Okay.
Definitely not the.
Okay, here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Thanks so much.
Here we go.
I hope you have a nice couple of days until we speak again. You have exceeded the allowed.
Sure. Hello. Okay, so that was
Interesting.
not. It was definitely not the audio I thought it was going to be. So I can't remember which audio, what number it was, but that was extremely telling and extremely interesting.
Oh, I agree.
Didn't seem like he had any trouble out of Gypsy being the stuff they were doing together.
Look at.
Hey Ashley,
And look,
is your mic
somebody said it looked like he had no trouble. I don't know if she said getting Gypsy to do stuff they were doing together, but nobody heard her though, so she doesn't repeat it either. But what did she say? Oops.
Out of Gypsy being.
okay. Something.
That was extremely telling and extremely interesting.
Didn't seem like he had any trouble out of Gypsy being the stuff they were doing together.
God, you can barely hear her. But they don't mention anything like that after this. So.
Hey Ashley, is your mic up against something?
kind of muffled.
No, I got a phone call a minute ago. I'll back up.
I get it, girl. You're good.
Okay.
You sound good.
What did you say?
Oh, go ahead and commentate on whatever you want. Sorry, Laura and I are a little drained.
We're kind of long.
So I'm wondering, she said that Bobby wasn't returning her call and that she needed to get pics for him and stuff. And that, you know, she couldn't pay Nick directly, but she could pay Bobby for pics and
Wait,
interviews.
what?
He's not returning any calls.
No, hold
Okay.
on.
Something.
Sure. Hello. Okay, so that
Hold
was extremely telling and extremely interesting.
Wait, did they skip? I feel like they skipped all the stuff they said earlier.
Hey Ashley, is your mic up against something?
Kind of muffled.
No, I got a phone call a minute ago. I'll back up.
I get it, girl. You're good.
Okay.
You sound good.
What did you say?
Oh, go ahead and commentate on whatever you want to. Sorry, Laura and I are a little drained.
We've had a long.
So
Drain, huh?
I'm wondering, she said that Bobby wasn't returning her call and that she needed to.
The whole clip, and she brings up, she said Bobby wasn't returning his call. Like that's what you focused on, huh, girl? Okay. Okay.
Get pics for him and stuff. And that, she couldn't pay Nick directly, but she could pay Bobby for pics and interviews, but he's not returning any calls.
She never says that she could pay Nick directly.
We've heard rumors before, at least I did last year, from sources I didn't find that credible, that one of the reasons why Gypsy got the plea deal she did is because her parents was interested in the money and put it out there in the media so much, and that Nick's weren't. And from what I remember,
that's definitely not true.
I can't remember if Bobby Godejohn maybe has autism also. There might be a lot of legitimate reasons why he didn't do the interview or give the pictures, but I wonder if that would have helped. Oh, am I muffled, Conspiracy?
I think that was Ashley. I think that was, yeah.
Yeah, no. Strange.
What was the whole knife thing where he's like, I believe it was handed to me. She put her fingerprints on the weapon.
What was that? Oh, did you mishear that? Actually, what he said was, yeah, I believe she handed it to me, and I don't know why she came up with this idea, but she was going to hand it to me, which made her fingerprints on it. Apparently, she didn't care as long as mine wasn't on it. That's what happened. He was trying to say that she didn't care if her fingerprints were on it. She was protecting me. She said as long as my fingerprints weren't on it. Just like, how do you get that? They don't know what else to say because they were that surprised by it. They have nothing else to say.
So I remember that he said something about him putting the knife on some gloves in the front of the bathroom door. Have we gotten to that one yet? Sorry.
He said something, and then he said she grabbed it. It didn't matter that her fingerprints was on it or something like that.
The truth is, not every child gets the chance to go to the movies. In North America alone, more than 20 million kids may never step inside a theater.
It was hard for me to understand that part because he talks a little muffled sometimes.
No, that part wasn't hard to understand. That part was clear as day, actually.
Yeah. Okay. So they also talked about her altars in there. What did you guys think about that?
They talked about her altars in there. When the Harley Quinn was not one of the altars. That was a role-playing thing. See, they cannot even straight up accept that this clip that they didn't expect to be watching proved that they are wrong. And they bounced around the whole thing instead. It's actually quite pathetic and embarrassing. Grown-ass woman, own your shit. Own your shit.
It was interesting that he mentioned the Harley Quinn specifically, and he was like, well, that was just a Harley Quinn thing.
What?
And he said that she definitely loved, I'm looking at my notes here that I was making while we were listening. He said she definitely loved role-playing before him, whether it was sexual or whatever, which kind of echoes what Dan said.
Actually, no, it doesn't echo what Dan said. And actually, he said she asked if he was into cosplay, and she was into that too. Not just before, and they were both into that. They were both into role-playing and cosplay. Well, we know the type of role-playing that Gypsy was into, and he explained it in there by saying Robin and Harley Quinn. Now, we never got into his kind of role-play, but you see how they keep on trying to shift it to just Gypsy? Because they don't know how to rebuttal something that goes so against their narrative.
That she introduced us to all of them.
And he said,
You heard him? You heard her? She introduced Nick to all of them. What are you talking about? Nowhere in there does it say that. Victor came before Gypsy even existed. Victor, he played that character with his ex-girlfriend.
she was
Victor existed after Gypsy.
Yeah, and before, I've never seen him in the emails. I've seen Nikolai instead. But it's just the point that we definitely saw him before because he talked to a psychiatrist about that, and it's in these stories that they talk about. So,
yeah.
When I took
Victor didn't go away.
I know they just can't admit that.
Think about that.
The Harley Quinn.
I thought it was interesting that he mentioned the Harley Quinn specifically, and he was like, well, that was just a Harley Quinn thing.
Mhm.
And he said that she definitely loved, I'm sorry, I'm looking at my notes here that I was making while we were listening. He
No, I
said she
love that you
definitely loved role playing before him, whether it was sexual or whatever, which kind of echoes what Dan said.
Mhm.
No, it doesn't. Like, let's focus on what Nick said rather than what Dan said. But y'all can't because y'all don't want to acknowledge what Nick said. What about the part where he said she was originally innocent, but then he sexualized her? Y'all just gonna overlook that part? Of course y'all are.
That she introduced us to all of them.
What?
And he
Shit,
said,
did you hear what this woman just said? That she introduced it to all of them. Like, are you fucking okay? It was Nick that asked her if she was into cosplay. Like, it was Nick that asked her that, which means he knew about it too. You can tell on their faces. They don't even believe what they're fucking saying. Like, this is what you call a lack of integrity, by the way, y'all.
she was actually innocent. And then after Cinderella, when I took her virginity, that's when she became.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Like,
He said that's when the fight started, right?
No.
Mhm.
No, that's not what he said. You see how she's kind of trying to switch it up? That's not what he said.
the fights didn't end. They still
Thank
fought.
you.
Like,
Like the possessiveness.
weird.
Possessiveness?
Very
No.
It was like
Very weird. Very weird. You see how her face? Yeah, very weird because she wasn't expecting to say that, huh? Wait. Oh my God. I have to hear her say that again.
It was hard for me to understand that part because he talks a little muffled sometimes.
Mhm. Yeah.
Oh, wait. Did I go too far back?
So they also talked about her altars in there. What did you guys think about that?
But they didn't.
The Harley Quinn.
I thought it was interesting that he mentioned the Harley Quinn specifically, and he was like, well, that was just a Harley Quinn thing.
Mhm.
And he said that she definitely loved, I'm sorry, I'm looking at my notes here that I was making while we were listening. He
No, I
said
love
she
that you
definitely loved role playing before him, whether it was sexual or whatever, which kind of echoes what Dan said.
Mhm.
That she introduced us to all of them.
That she
and he
that she introduced it to all of them. No, that's not what was said.
said she was actually innocent. And then after Cinderella, when I took her virginity, that's when she became.
Yeah, wild.
Like,
Mhm.
He
That's when she became sexualized. He sexualized her, he said.
said that's when the fight started, right?
No.
Mhm.
the fights didn't end. They still fought.
Mhm.
Like,
Like the possessiveness.
weird.
Possessiveness, he never said that. Actually, he never said that.
Very weird.
It was
Very weird. Yeah, you seen her eyes. Very weird. I'm gonna step back out of this one. Very weird. I didn't find anything weird about it. I found it to be the truth.
was like he thought in his mind that if they were more physical and close, that
Everything would work out.
Oh, look, you're on the right track. This person's on the right track. Yeah, sex is the thing that mattered to him in a relationship. So he thought once they had sex that it would just be all good. They wouldn't fight anymore. But actually, and for most people, that would sometimes complicate it. If you're living in a different state, not able to be with them, you feel insecure. Is he going to leave me? Does he love me? Does he just want this?
She has no sex. And she like looks like a tranquilizer.
your mic's still pretty
A
bad. Ashley.
tranquilizer. What?
And it seems like Gypsy wants every man she's with to think that he took her virginity because
Don't you see how much they're deflecting? They cannot address a single thing Nick actually said, except for her. She mentioned the innocence thing. He can't address anything. They can't address anything.
there was one interview where she said decisively, without further detail, Nick thinks he took my virginity, but he didn't. And that made everyone think that she meant that some of the men that
Yeah, that made everyone think. And y'all, you know, I'll go ahead and explain this. We've already did it before. Who remembers floppy disk? When it comes to Nick, because he could never get he could never get or really stay hard, that it barely was doing what it was supposed to do. Which is actually really sad if you think about it, because basically he was just beating her around. Yeah. So for her, once she experienced that, when she got out of prison, it was like, that's when she realized, like, oh wow, like I had, like, it was a little different. back then because, I mean, I think some of y'all might know this. I don't know. Maybe you haven't experienced this. If it ain't, a floppy disk ain't going in. Not for long. I don't know how else to explain it.
She met before from online, you know, like Richard Keene or Dan Glidewell, blah, blah, blah.
Richard Keene, what?
The one Dee Dee pulled her out of a hotel room with or whatever.
No, that never happened. It was not a hotel room that he pulled out of with. The convention was at the hotel. Okay? The people that was with her at Dan's house, when she went missing, that whole story got mixed up by people for some reason. Contacted someone they know from the convention to contact Dee Dee to come get her from Dan's. That is the person that she was in a room with at a house, not a hotel. But she met him at a hotel during the convention. That story has been twisted for so long.
Took her virginity. But then later she tried to say no, she's actually a type of virgin because Nick couldn't fully perform or whatever. And then even after she got out of prison,
now this is a lie I was about to say.
Saying something similar to that. And then even after she was leaving Ryan in
right here, watch what she says.
With Mia, she told Mia she'd never been able to achieve an O.
This woman must not have been going to sex ed. Just because you don't achieve an O doesn't mean you're not A. Just doesn't mean you don't lose your virginity. Does this woman not understand how that works? You can have sex and not experience an O. Like, I am so surprised by a grown-ass woman trying to deflect so hard, trying to ignore everything they just learned in this video on accident. And she literally said, she's trying to say that Gypsy's claiming she didn't have sex because she never experienced an O. Like, excuse me, ma'am? Wait, you think I misunderstood her? Selena, you think I misunderstood her? She literally said that Gypsy's insinuating she didn't lose her virginity because she never experienced an O. What? Like, no, huh? No, I know she keeps talking. She keeps deflecting. Why isn't she mentioning this? Why aren't any of them mentioning the stuff Nick said? Because they don't want to, right? Because it goes against their narrative, right? Here. Girl, I've watched this clip 50 times. I know what she says next. Wait, where's my lighter? Huh?
I got one.
I'm hopping. I'm going. I'm pausing it like this because the shit she's saying is so wild because she's trying to deflect that I have to pause it just to react to it.
She's trying to kind of imply that there was another level of virginity there.
Yeah. You wanted me to keep playing it? She's trying to imply that there's another level of virginity. No, she was like, how could she when during that conversation, what was that the conversation when she was going to get plan B? Like, you know where babies come from, don't you? Do you know? Babies come, you know, the birds and the bees. Did you hear that conver? You know what that is? She's saying she's implying there's a level of virginity. No, she's not. She's just implying that she never had an O before. It's really just her. Let me tell you what's actually going on right here. 1980 millennial is deflecting just like the rest of them. Well, the rest of them just weren't saying anything because they don't want to address what they just learned in this video. Period. That's what it is. And if you can't accept that, I don't know what else to say. Because, like, I need to hear her say this again. Y'all, tell me how delusional this is. Let's hear the whole thing. It's just too funny to me. Like, 19 millennials, I got to give her credit. She's going hard, dude. So we can have context. Wait, what? So we can have context? I've never seen this thing you said before. Bri, you're a woman. Speak about the essay. I asked Nick, and that was Nick's fantasy. So, and why would I'm a woman, so speak. Did Gypsy ever do that? Did Gypsy essay a child? The way y'all talk, how many times? I bet you said that about 50 times today, huh? Do y'all like the sound of that in your mouth? Do y'all like the sound of saying essay a child? I think y'all do. Because y'all get off on that shit. I think y'all getting off on that shit. Deflection, though. Keep deflecting, though, honey. Okay, listen to this part again because it's so funny. 1980 is millennials fighting for her life right now.
Kind of echoes what Dan said.
Mm-hmm.
That she introduced us to all of them.
And he said she was actually innocent. And then after Cinderella, when I took her virginity, that's when she became.
Oh, also, by the way, Dan never said that Gypsy introduced her to anything. He said he got a taste of something with Gypsy. Like, I explained it like this earlier. You know, I can go to a restaurant right now and taste a Coke. And then 3 years from now, I can go to another restaurant and taste Coke again. And guess what? Neither one of them is probably going to be my first experience. It's just a taste. I could have tasted Coke 10 years ago. A taste of something is not introducing it to you. It just means you get a taste of it.
Yeah, wild.
He said that's when the fight started, right?
All right, no, let's go a little bit further than this.
The fights didn't end. They still fought.
Nick thinks he took my virginity, but he didn't. And that made everyone think that
speculation.
That some of the men that she met before from online, you know, like Richard Keene.
It's almost as if this woman and so many of you think that y'all have the, the right to know when Gypsy lost her virginity and who she lost it to. It's almost like y'all think y'all are entitled to that.
I will, blah, blah. The one Dee Dee pulled her out of a hotel room with or whatever, took her virginity. But then later she tried to say no, she's actually a type of virgin because Nick couldn't fully perform or whatever. And then even after she got out of prison was saying something similar to that.
Then
and
that means
even after she was leaving Ryan in that Life After Lockup episode with Mia, she told Mia she'd never been able to achieve an O to try and kind of imply that there was another level of virginity there. Like,
what?
What the fuck?
Yeah, it's deflection at its finest, right? So, can you imagine you're having a conversation with your sister and you share with her that you never experienced an O, and this woman, because she wants to deflect, is equating that to Gypsy saying it's like another level of virginity. No, that's your perception, honey, but really it's not perception, it's deflection.
I have never heard of another level before.
Oh, because she just made it up. She's fighting for her life right now, Sheena.
I can tell she's scrambling.
Yeah, scrambling, and nobody else is talking. All the rest of these video lives with them together, they're all talking over each other, but not now. They're all like, "Yeah, you got the mic, girl. Take the mic. Take the mic."
making dudes think they're gonna take a virginity, which is
she's making all these dudes think that they're taking their virginity. Like, bitch, no, you're thinking that, not her. That's you. That's a you thing, not her.
I was just going to say, I bet the Greene County officers can probably say that.
Say what? What can they say? How about let's talk about what Nick said? Dude, look, you see, they don't even, this was about Nick. This was about Nick, and they don't even barely bring up Nick.
Not true that she didn't do the O.
What? Wait, why would they know? That's a stupid, wait, what? Do you hear what she said? Like, you telling me you are a podcast host and you couldn't think of another thing to say about that clip beside what you just said, Amber? Wow, you're trash. I've been saying that, though.
Another level of virginity there.
Listen to what she says, y'all.
With making dudes think they're gonna take a virginity, which is,
I was just going to say, I bet the Greene County officers can probably say that that's not true, that she didn't do the O.
Oh, she's insinuating because of up in prison. Like, that's, so you bring up on the possibility of her having an O in prison with a woman because you have nothing else to say about that clip you just watched. Isn't she the one actually, when she said she was like, this was very interested in telling, and that's all you had to say. She said this was very interested in telling when that clip ended, and that's all she had to say about it. Weird. That's weird. And y'all are too blind to see it. Anybody, I never even looked at my comments. Anyone who's looking at anyone in my comment who doesn't agree that all of them just deflected, they were fucking deflecting more than I've ever seen it happen before. Y'all are brainwashed. And y'all might need to unplug, because this was more telling than that fucking clip.
yeah. I'm sure they can, based on the transcripts. And then also, the last thing I noted is there was that one article that said that Dee Dee liked Nick and that she was the one who took the pictures of the picture of the other.
And actually, Nick has already said that no, Gypsy's mother didn't take that picture. It was a selfie. They took it. And that article is a fake article. The last thing she wanted to mention, none of them mentioned anything Nick said, really. Wow.
But Nick just said out of his own mouth that she tried to scare him off.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And, articles can be wrong, so...
It was a fake article.
How do we reconcile that? Did Gypsy tell him that she tried to scare him off, or...
Wow. No, did they not listen? He said she got on the phone and was yelling at him. No, Gypsy never told him that. Nick was on... They don't even listen to their own shit they're playing. Hold on, sorry. But this is wild.
Hey, Bri.
Yeah, I'm so surprised. I'm like, this is crazy. Yeah.
I didn't want to interrupt this. I was trying to wait till you were done, but there's a situation you may need to check out in the Discord. I put it in the mod chat where you can see it. Just scroll up a little bit because there's been some conversation, but I just want to make you aware.
Okay.
Yeah. Nothing bad, y'all. Nobody panic. It ain't like that. We're all good. Sometimes you gotta let the boss lady know things. Michelle, you are not coming up, honey bunny. Matter of fact, I was trying to mute you, but I couldn't find you. So I thought Jeanette beat me to it.
Okay. Wait, who? Michelle,
Did you read it? Robin said Lindsay, and she meant Leslie. But you read it?
Oh, yeah, I read it.
Okay. All right, good.
So the final thing was to mention a fake article that everyone has been saying is fake for a long time. And then Into the Weeds says, was it Gypsy that was saying that? Even though they heard from Nick's mouth that Dee Dee actually got on the phone and yelled at him. But yeah, no, it was probably Gypsy that even told him that her mom did that, right? Right.
Or did he?
I couldn't quite understand his description of how she tried to scare him off because it was muffled. Maybe someone...
Wait, what? It was muffled? Okay, y'all, sorry, but we're going to go back and listen to this part because it wasn't muffled and she's a liar. Like, this is so crazy to me. I cannot stand a damn liar and I can't stand someone with no integrity. Like, God, fucking admit that y'all wrong about that. It doesn't mean you have to like Gypsy. It doesn't mean you have to support her. Like, fucking admit it, though.
Sure, and then it all pretty much progressed from there.
I wanted to get
and that
phone stuff.
Yeah, exactly. That's what she said. So, if she didn't do that, was keeping it discreet. And that's part of the reason why she kept it discreet, because she knew that if her mom got way more involved than she already was trying to start being suspicious about, she knew that it would get out of control, and once it got out of control, her mom would try to scare me off. Ironically, her mom already did try to scare me off at one time, but it didn't work.
What, when she was trying to shout at you down the phone and stuff?
Yeah, exactly. That's what she was trying to do. Yeah.
If you have
that sound pretty clear to me. Anybody? Like, it wasn't muffled. It wasn't. You're just a liar, and you're just deflecting, and you don't want to admit that y'all have been spreading a false narrative. But it's okay. We knew this already.
And can, enhance that or
enhance it.
Out,
we don't have to enhance it, sweet girl. It's all good.
But, yeah, I don't know.
Okay. Also, he mentions Craig Wood, who, for those who don't know, murdered Haley Owen. She was a 10-year-old girl here in Springfield.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I didn't catch that.
You didn't catch it. You didn't catch a lot of shit.
Would have been in jail with him and aware that all of that
Oops.
that was going on. But yeah,
Okay,
abducted.
Nancy, Gypsy and Dee Dee talk about Haley
No, only Gypsy. I mean, only Dee Dee did, not Gypsy.
in one of their Facebook posts. Is that the one?
I know, and some people have said that Gypsy and Haley were friends, and I just
Yeah, no, not some people, Dee Dee. And this was actually something, and you know what? Starlight was the one I seen this from, and she actually spoke truthfully on it. She thinks differently now. That was actually a red flag to show that Dee Dee, if y'all say Dee Dee don't have Munchausen by proxy, she craved attention from anything. She tried to say that Gypsy was supposed to be going on a play date. They were like, y'all, the difference in age they were, this girl was like 7 while Gypsy was like 20. They weren't going on a fucking play date. Gypsy has no idea who this girl is. But Dee Dee posted that and everybody was in the comments like, I'm so sorry for your loss, even though like they didn't know this girl. Yeah, that's a clear sign of someone who wants attention.
I can't make that connect. It's so weird to me.
It is weird because it's not true.
They could be friends.
It's in the Facebook post. She says that Gypsy was supposed to stay the night with Haley or something, have a play date. Or a play date. That's what it was, a play date.
I don't know.
Yeah, that would make Gypsy, how old was she, like 22?
Yeah, that's
creepy.
Acting into a situation. I don't know.
Yeah. Do you think, I wonder if that was Dee Dee writing that message or if it was Gypsy?
Here comes Amber. I wonder if it was Gypsy writing that or Dee Dee. I don't know.
Gypsy, but you never know.
Yeah, you think it was Dee Dee? I mean, Gypsy.
Conspiracy said that Nick didn't really explain further about Dee Dee trying to scare him off.
Yeah, he did. Like, are they deaf? The girl said, actually, it was the girl that said when she got on the phone and yelled at, and he's like, yeah, exactly that. That, I don't know how much more you want to explain it. Like,
she was able to hear.
Yeah, I just wonder if it was Gypsy feeding him that.
That's very possible.
It's very possible that, okay, so y'all, basically their theory, and I know y'all love their theories, their theory is that Gypsy told Nick that her mom got on the phone with him and yelled at him. She manipulated him to believe that memory. Yeah, that's what happened, duh. These women are so smart.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Both sides, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I suspect Gypsy blamed a lot of things on Dee Dee.
Build a website.
Even fake. So they just basically, these people think that Nick is very stupid. Pretty sad.
Yeah, I do too. I'm sure.
Know that she was playing multiple dudes at the same time. I mean, even at the end there with Nick, she was telling him, I'm being tempted sexually by other men. Remember in the text messages just the day before the murder?
Yeah.
And little do they know, Nick asked Gypsy if he could sleep with that girl, Amanda. Like, he also asked that around that same time, but they forgot to look at that message.
She was always playing multiple men at the same time, and one of her patterns is to blame anything on everyone around her.
Oh, is it?
And I suspect that she was blaming a lot on Dee Dee back then, just like she does now, to account for
Look,
her.
I cannot believe y'all, the word salad, y'all heard that clear as day. Nick literally says how the mom would try to scare me off, and when she mentioned the phone call with him yelling at her, because they've talked about this before, him and her, he says, yeah, exactly that. And they are over here, instead of talking about all the shit that Nick said, they're over here theorizing on, and Gypsy, Gypsy was probably lying about everything about Dee Dee back then. And like, dude, like, he said what happened. Why are y'all having to create it? It's like they want to retell everyone's story, even Nick's. I think it's just Gypsy. They exploit the fuck out of him too. It's like, why are y'all even listening to Nick if y'all aren't going to take what he says as truth? And y'all are going to come up with a different story. I just don't. I am so thankful that I have my own brain and I don't just follow people and listen to what they say. I just am so grateful for that.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
I agree.
I
agree.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, what?
No.
I think
She blame anything on everyone around her. And
her mom.
What? I missed that part again.
the day before the murder.
Yeah.
No, she was always playing multiple men at the
Okay,
same
hold on. Let's
time.
listen to that part again.
And one of her patterns is to blame anything on everyone around her.
Yeah,
And I
definitely.
fact that she was blaming a lot on Dee Dee back then.
Yeah.
Just like she does now to account for the murder.
Oh, yeah.
I agree.
But he said Gypsy would defend me from her mom.
No.
No. And Nick's like, look, she says, no, I'm not. Nope. Nick, you're wrong. She's going to tell Nick, you're wrong about your story. Nope. They want Nick to tell his story, but then they're going to tell him he's wrong. Imagine that.
Things to try and make him upset with Dee Dee, like trying to make him mad and upset and hate Dee Dee.
I cannot. I can't. Yep. That's it.
Well, and somebody help me who remembers better. Was it confirmed or just a rumor that Gypsy told Nick that Dee Dee forced her to get the feeding tube changed out and it caused her to miscarry? I heard she made him think that he got her pregnant in the movie theater bathroom.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
No, that's a Natasha lie. That is not documented anywhere. As a matter of fact, MPG, I know some of y'all don't believe in them. They've even debunked this. Listen to rumors rather than facts, figures.
Yeah, and then told him that Mama made me get the feeding tube changed and it caused me to miscarry and lose your baby to try and further motivate him to the crime.
Wow.
I've heard that. I've just not seen the proof.
Yeah, good.
That's what I've always
Because it's not
heard,
true.
but- Yeah. I don't have the documents.
Because they're all on. Because they're all on.
That's why I'm putting it out there. So
You're putting it out there.
knows.
You're putting it out there because you're deflecting from what Nick said. Y'all talking about all this other shit, but what the video literally said. That's what y'all are doing. And I don't know how people can see through y'all.
Or has the proof, please send it to us.
There is no proof.
MillennialCommenters.com. Amber, what's yours?
At gmail.com.
Yeah, gmail.com.
How pathetic is this? Scrambling.
Into the weeds. Yeah, it's into the weeds at mbradio.us.
Mersey Me is singing. Becca Scoops has spoke on that, so we might have the video already out there, friends. Yeah, thank you.
Sorry, my lab mic is hitting my hair and everything's a mess.
She spoke on it. Probably never showed no proof of it. Because it's Natasha Cooper made that up.
Anybody have anything else to say about that clip?
We have some more calls too.
Look, nothing else.
Okay, well, Charles, thank you very much. Can you load that next?
Look, Charles, thanks for fucking up. Next clip.
Michael's Big Gift
Oh
Sale
my
is
God,
here. Get
that's
50%
crazy.
off thousands of last-minute gifts. Save big on art supply.
Charles.
Hey, Joy.
Thank you. Little Chuck.
Now, this is the one when Nick is going to talk about that bag he's trying to make. Wait, let me see. First, let me see. I think they have 11,000 files, so I am sure a lot more information will come out. Well, they'll just show what they want to show. I'm losing brain cells. From who? Them? I hope so. That's why we all have different perspectives. Everyone sees and knows. Wait, Mama Bear, can you explain to me, and I'm saying this respectfully, before we move on, because I want to, what different perspectives. So, don't you think it is showing a lack of, I don't know, integrity, because that's not sticking to the facts? Like, when a different perspective, okay, no, you know what, scratch all that. You're saying we all have different perspectives. Okay, so my perspective is I'm going to listen to the words coming out of Nick's mouth. Okay, that's my perspective. So I think my perspective is the closest to the truth since it's coming from Nick's mouth. Her perspective is to disregard everything Nick's saying and being like, this is probably what happened. I think saying, like, I'm trying to be respectful. I think saying what you're saying is, when people say what you just said, it's like trying to cling on to something that you wanted to believe is true, but you found that it's not, but you don't want to accept that. That's my opinion. That can be an opinion, but I don't understand how you can hear something come out of someone's mouth and then you let 4 people who think they're true crime creators, but they really just whatever, decide, no, actually, I know Nick said that, but I'm going to go ahead and guess that it was probably Gypsy. Like, you know, like, isn't it just, don't you find it weird? Like, they want to talk about patterns. It's a pattern, in my opinion, that they always bring everything back to Gypsy. They find a way to try to be like, it's Gypsy. It's Gypsy. Yeah, I could probably see it. Like, yeah, the Facebook that they shared, You really think Gypsy went on there and made a post about this little girl rather than Dee Dee, even though it's very clear that Dee Dee has all the capital letters and Gypsy's not with the capital letters. And there's times when Dee Dee tries to pretend to be Gypsy, and you can tell because she fucks up and does capital letters, but also does look. People have looked over these posts like this. So yeah, I mean, I get what you're saying, but to me, perspective usually is built on when you have so much information and then people can't have a perspective. But the perspective has to be based off of that information. They're disregarding information and creating their own theories when there's answers in front of their face. Isn't the whole point of getting this is for answers? If you're going to collect money from people to get answers, get the answers. Don't continue to make up answers because that's what they're doing. So basically people have wasted their money. Some people want this. Some people actually want to cling to this idea and they don't want it to be anything else. So, okay, you said, I heard them say Nick is guilty and deserves to be in jail. I've never said they didn't say that. So here's the difference. And some of them say like a facility, some of them say like this, but this is the difference. They think Nick is guilty and deserves to be in jail. But there's a big but. The difference is they also think Gypsy is guilty, which we know that's why she pled guilty, and deserves to still be in jail. Only they add an extra element of hate and harassment and invalidation and everything else because it's the popular thing to do. But that's, in my opinion, irrelevant to what they're discussing. They can think that Nick is trash. They're still deflecting because at the end of the day, Gypsy is the one they hate and Gypsy is the one they want people to be against. And this kind of shit should make you not want to follow these people. I'm not saying you have to be a Gypsy supporter, but this should make you want to search for a different content creator that has integrity, in my opinion. And I feel like it's even okay to have opinions about, like, to me, they're not, these women, well, like, okay, Amber, the Into the Weeds collected money from their whole entire community, okay, to get the truth. And they have it in front of them. They want answers. They have the answers right in front of their face. They're listening to it and ignoring it and still creating conspiracies and theories and lies. That's a waste of money and a lack of integrity.
Nicholas GODEJOHN, Greene County Jail.
An inmate at Greene County Jail. This call is subject to recording and monitoring. The inmate has requested that you pay for this call. If you don't wish to talk, hang up now. Thank you for using Cellmates.
Hello?
Hi.
Hello.
Hi. Oh, I thought maybe you'd missed our call. I was on video chat, but it said that it didn't get answered.
Yeah, I switched between two different tablets, and the second one was starting to work, but it all of a sudden kicked me off. Like, the server, and it said it was processing it.
I know, it's just me, I know. And you know what? None of them will debate me because they know that they're liars. These people know it too. And that's what makes me say, it makes me sad for some of the followers, not all of them, because some of these followers are just here for the drama. Some people just really believe them. And it's sad to me, but I mean, hey, if you're going to be manipulated for this long by them, go ahead.
Yeah, he said that to me.
Yeah.
And it just cut out.
Yeah.
How are you doing?
I'm doing alright.
Good, good. Well, I'm sorry you didn't get the video chat, but we can reschedule it. What was I going to say? I wanted to see if you'd spoken to your dad. You've spoken to your dad recently.
Now I'm not gonna lie, this girl is kind of an okay. This is what I can't stand about the media and how they exploit victims and their families and even perpetrators in their families. Like, this woman goes on about how she basically has been like harassing Bobby at this point. But this is also the clip where Nick is trying to get information on how to get that bag, y'all. How to get that bag. You know, how to profit off his crime.
When did you talk? I've been trying to get in touch with him and I haven't been able to get through to him. I wondered if you mentioned anything to do with us.
Well, I've been having other
look at y'all, this is about fancy, I bet. I know it.
Of the media. I mean, I have an independent writer / producer
A writer? Are we all a writer slash producer? This is fancy.
Oh, you have?
Yeah.
From ABC?
I was with ABC. I do know that it's independent. I'm not sure exactly who they are at all.
Oh, okay. And so what's going on with that? So has your dad been talking to them?
She gets so nervous about this.
Yeah, he's just trying to find out what's going on, what they want, and everything else.
It is. Well,
Okay.
I'm telling you, it is fancy. He said they're a writer and a producer, and that around this time is when Fancy was trying to reach out to him and trying to reach out to Bobby. And I really do think, maybe I'm wrong, but I do think it's Fancy. Especially, he said she's independent. It's independent. She wants to make a dramatized series. That's another thing he's about to say.
And so have you spoken to them?
Not yet.
Okay. I wonder who it is. I mean, I know that there's a company with ABC. It's called ABC 2020. I know they've been trying to talk to people. I know that Gypsy's giving another interview with them. But I didn't know if they were going to contact you or not.
Morning, Pete. Coffee's on and your Uber's on its way.
You know, I've been thinking, maybe I should just go by Peter?
Yeah, it sounded like they were getting involved with the bond trades also. So.
No. I'm not saying the woman talking is Fancy. I'm saying the person he said his dad spoke to another production, like a producer writer.
Right, yeah. And you think your dad has spoken to them?
Yes, I'm aware that apparently they're interested in making a TV series. Apparently what he found out so far.
TV series.
Oh, is it maybe the drama TV series?
Yep.
Do you know?
Yep.
Right, okay. Okay, well, that doesn't impact anything with us. Is that maybe why he's been ignoring me?
Or y'all, maybe not. It could also be, well, no, this was like a year before his trial, which would make sense. That's around the time Fancy came in, right after Mommy, Dead, and Dearest, I think. Yeah, no, I think it is Fancy. Does it say the date right here? Oops.
I don't think it's already.
Oh, okay. It's just I know I sent lots of messages to him on Facebook and they said they've been read, but he and I've been
Didn't leave him alone.
I couldn't get through to him, so I just wanted to see if he was okay still.
Yeah. I mean, I'm most likely gonna probably help the beer company and probably gonna help out the other one. I'm probably gonna help out both because get my name out there even more.
Like, get my name out there even more.
Yeah, well, of course.
Because he already thinks he's famous.
As long as you're still happy to be in our documentary, then of course, you can't stop you doing anything else.
Yeah, exactly.
So I sent you a letter today, just with that form in that that I tried to see for you, tried to see that you get from the officers. I sent you an example of it, so maybe you could show it to them.
That would be that'd be cool. That'd be nice if
okay, cool.
Yeah, because I still haven't had a chance yet to get others to understand what I mean. Other than what you and me have been talking about, but other than that, but yeah, that'd be helpful if I did have that, just so I could help them.
Yeah, I have tried. So if you keep asking, I'll keep asking here as well. I'm trying to figure out how we can get it to you. But yeah, I posted you an example, but I think you need to get actually given a proper one. I don't know if that example is going to be enough, but we'll see what happens. Maybe you can show them. So that should be with you in a couple of days.
Fancy told Christy and Bobby and everybody in the world, basically, she was a producer and a writer.
Mm-hmm. And also, I think I might be coming to
oh my God, come on, let's get through this part.
So I might actually be around, so we might be able to meet.
That'd be good.
So that would be good. And then hopefully while I'm there, I should be able to ask people what's going on and maybe things move here, because it's obviously a little bit hard for me being in the UK.
Yeah, because, I mean, you already know, like I told you in the past, you already have my permission to do the whole, interview. You just needed the, sheriff's permission, so that's all you're really missing.
Yeah. So we're trying to do that. But we need to get your permission, needs to be sort of like, rather than just saying yes, it needs to be kind of like official. So that's what that letter is for that I've sent you. But have a look at it and show that to somebody, and maybe they can help you out. But on the letter it just says you just have to fill in your name and say that you agree for us to talk to you and you agree for us to film with you, and then the sheriff gives his permission. So have a look at that when you receive it, and we can even, if you're allowed to have it on your person, like we can even talk through it if you need to, if you've got any questions.
Okay. Sounds good.
Okay. Well, that's interesting that there's another company wanting to talk to you. So what do you know so far? Is it just through your dad that you know?
Yeah, so far, my dad. Like you said, they were planning on making that TV drama, and apparently, due to the person's also an independent writer, I don't know. I might talk
Independent
to him
writer.
about doing a book, maybe.
He might talk to him about doing a book. He said he might talk to him about, he's talking to Fancy about doing a book. That's about, you can get in touch with her now. She got a little, she got a
publishing company.
Publishing company now. Nick, hit her up.
Oh,
anyways, let's continue this. So Nick's about to start trying to graft. Hold on. Okay.
Yeah, which means I might end up talking to Gypsy before I go through with that stuff.
Which means I might be talking to Gypsy before. Wait, what? Delusion. This part's a little delusional. Okay, what we had 155.04. So let me go back a little bit so we can get a little recap. And right.
Okay. Oh, right. Amazing.
Yeah, which means I might end up talking to Gypsy before I go through with that stuff, because I'd rather have me and her be part of the co-authors too of the book.
Co-authors. He wanted to have. He would rather them be co-authors to the book. Can you imagine Gypsy and Nick writing a book together about? Hey, maybe the truth would finally be out, right? I wish they would have done that. Yeah, right. And then everybody would have been saying, Gypsy controlled exactly what was going in that book. Yeah.
The other one.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
And she's like, okay. This girl was like, okay.
Who is that girl talking to him? Right?
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
Huh?
Who's the girl talking to him?
It's like one of the, it works for like maybe Gypsy's Revenge or something, or.
Oh, okay.
Okay, well, I wish you all luck with that. I hope that's a success. I'm sure there'll definitely be people who are interested.
Yeah, but it would never happen.
Okay, well, I'm really glad though that you're still happy to talk to us. We'd be very glad if we can include your voice in this.
Yeah. I was wondering.
Here we go.
Question for you though. I was wondering, is it possible for me to get Zunioni talked about royalties the very first day that I had a chance to talk to you? I was
Very first day. Jesus.
I was wondering, is it possible to put the royalties in my father's name? Because
we don't. As I explained, and this will be the same for every company. So what we can do is we can, from your dad or your father, we can pay him for like pictures, like letters, anything like that. We can give him money for, which means we can license them to use them in the program. So we can do that, and when we go and film at his house, we can pay him a license, a location fee to film at his house and things like that. But we can't, and nobody can legally put anything. It's basically because you're in prison. Nobody is legally allowed to give you money unless it's obviously for like phone calls and stuff like that, like we've been doing. So if you ask us to put money in your dad's name for you, by you saying it's for you automatically means that we aren't able to do that, and nobody will be able to do that. However, we would definitely not expect to have anything for free from your father. So like things like archives, pictures, videos. We can compensate him for time he misses from work and things like that, but we can't just like set up a fund for you under his name because that would be illegal.
I was gonna say I was aware of the one for me if it was in my name, but I wasn't fully sure if it was possible under his name, since I know that I can't profit from it just directly under my name, but if it's under his specific.
So I just think what's crazy, that's a lie. No son of San Luis, Missouri. What do you mean? While he's in prison, he can't. I don't think that's a lie, though. I don't think he can profit from a crime while he's in prison. Is that true? I don't think so.
But
Huh?
I'm thinking.
I mean, regardless, aren't y'all against people profiting from the crime? Like, you can't make money while you're in prison. Exactly. I don't think so, anyway. I mean, I can look it up. But the point is, like, it's so crazy. Like, I can't wait to hear what their response is to this, if there is one. Because, Gypsy, the way they get on her, and he literally is, like, tried to scheme up a plan. Like, I know I can't profit off the crime, but if it was under my dad, like, he's basically saying, I want to profit off the crime, but I know that I can't do it. But I can put it in my dad's name and do it. Like, okay.
Sure, but we can't just like give, as journalists, and so any news organisation can't just like give him a lump sum of money. Nobody will be able to do that, even if it's under his name, and even if it's for him. By you asking me this, and by this being recorded, it's now like there's evidence now that you've asked us to put something in his name for you, so we wouldn't be able to do that, unfortunately. But like I said, we don't expect we don't expect to get anything for free. If we can license things from him, and if we can film in his house, we can pay to do that. But yeah. And something like royalties doesn't really exist in this kind of thing. If you've got a book, it probably would. But that's a whole. I don't know about that because I'm only in television, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But I've explained that to your dad, and he seemed all right with it, and he seemed happy about it. But that's. I know it's something you're concerned about.
This kind of makes me interested if Gypsy got the same messages you're giving me.
Look what he says.
Well, if she got, yeah. Basically, so her dad.
She was convicted. That's the reason I'm asking. So I'm aware that she was convicted of what she did. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's not anything to do with whether you've been convicted or not. It's just that any prisoner in prison is not allowed to profit from their crimes. So I can't speak for the company, so it was HCL, I can't speak for them, but their lawyers would have said no, they can't pay her. So probably what would have happened is, like, if there were any pictures of hers or anything like that, they would have probably licensed footage and stuff from her father. But they would have, but it's the same law,
Okay, then I can ask you on that grounds, and I was wondering, after I've been out of prison, would it be different?
Once you get out.
He's just ready. He's planning his future, y'all. So if I get out of here, I can profit off of what I did. Like, how would he get the money anyways? You can't have lots of money in jail. Oh, I know. He wouldn't. That's why it just wouldn't happen.
Yeah, I guess it would be. But I don't know that for a
This whole conversation was just so cringe to me.
I only know because of dealing with prisoners before when we wanted to film and stuff. So I don't know. But there's nothing to say. If you get out of prison and you write a book and stuff, then you would obviously profit from that. But
this is my thing. I'm sorry, but I'm just gonna say it. What story does Nick have other than he unalived the woman? Like, the woman never did anything to him. That's the way they view it. I think he's trying to understand how she got paid and he couldn't. No, how would he know whether she got paid or not? He just asked, did the same message go to Gypsy? Because nobody would know about the financials. Like, nobody would know about that, so how would he know? No, because you're about to hear what he says. He even says he thinking about doing a book. That would insinuate that. And my thing is, what story do you have? Like you excitingly unalived a woman. Like he said, he was excited, especially when she said she was a light sleeper. I don't know. Like what Gypsy talks about mostly in her documentaries has nothing to do with the crime. It has to do with her life. Oh, I see a story here. Where? But that's the reason it was cringe to me, and because we're not done the clip, because he says more.
Proper legal advice about it.
Oh, I know. I'm just asking you because you've already been through this route with other people many times. It sure sounds that way.
Oh, right.
And that's part of the reason I'm trying to get your professional opinion. That's the only reason.
Okay. Yeah. No, so I don't know for sure, but
Well,
I guess that's a bridge you cross when you get to that point.
Okay. All right, I'm okay with that. I just wanted to make sure, well, at least we're getting something out of it.
You see? Look what he just says. Well, at least we're getting something out of it, and then he laughs. That's not him trying to understand. That's him. He clearly wants to get something out of it. At least we're getting something out of it.
Yeah, I don't, and it's good that you ask questions. I would hate for you to just suddenly decide you didn't want to do it, or didn't want to talk to us anymore because you're worried about something. So it's good to always ask me questions.
Yeah, well, that's one thing that I did explain in the beginning when I described Mara as the kind of person that my family does not mean to be and everything else. Is they know that I'm the type of person who tends to think outside the box because I'm a critical thinker. So I'm not going to ask questions. And most of the time, I'm asking questions to learn more about a situation. So this way I know if it's safe to jump into it or not.
Sure. And I want you to I want you to feel like I'm on your side. I want you to feel like you can ask me these questions. That's important to me. I don't want to just sort of be somebody that's pushing you to do anything. I would never want that. I want you to be sort of fully informed and as well. Even though we aren't wanting to make a program about your story.
Sounds like since his name was documented, he thinks he should get paid. Well, it sounds as if almost like Gypsy feels the same, right? Right? And why? But the thing is why should he? He committed a brutal crime. Why does he think that? And no, he doesn't think that. You didn't hear how he said. He literally he knows that he's not supposed to. The first question he asked was, I wanted to know the royalties. Can we put it in my dad's name instead of mine? Like, the fact that he tried to go around the rule so he can get paid means that he's... And if he thinks that he should get paid because a story is... obviously he committed a brutal crime. There's going to be documentaries where he's mentioned. There's been so many things mentioned. Shit, you know how many things have been mentioned about Gypsy that she doesn't get paid for? And she doesn't expect it either. But I'm just saying, Gypsy can just do a podcast and people think she got paid for it and they fucking drag her through the mud, even if she doesn't get paid for it. And he's out here trying to fucking cheat the system and get... put in my dad's name. At least we're getting something out of it, right? I might do a book. I'm thinking about doing a book. If I get out of here, I can make money, right? That's him wanting to make money off of his crime. Not wanting to tell, a story, his story. That's all I'm saying.
I want it to be something that you are involved in and it's kind of collaborative.
And that's the thing she's explaining to him. She wants him, since they're mentioning him, she wants him to be a part of it. It doesn't mean he's going to get paid for it, but his dad will. I don't know, sometimes y'all just got to open your eyes and see people for who they are.
Good, I'm glad. But yeah, any other questions, you make sure that you do ask me.
Okay.
And I'll try and answer them as much as I can.
All right, I appreciate it.
Okay, good. Do you have any other questions now, or you all right?
I guess the only other one I really have is, so then, Are you going to be in Missouri? Is it for like a couple days, or do you have any clue how long you're actually going to be in the States?
Well,
Oh, and also Nick does think Nick does think of himself as famous. By the way,
When was this? This was just 2017, right?
yeah, he thought of himself famous pretty quickly. But
let's not forget how everybody uses the term. He was she manipulated.
Oh,
How do they say it? She manipulated a man with disabilities, listening to him.
yeah. Oh, yeah. He's asking all the right questions, girl.
Thank you. So
he tried to do the whole loophole. He was like, "You put in my daddy's name if you want, girl." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, I think I'm going to be in Missouri for a couple of days next week. And then.
And you're about to see how he wants to be in the spotlight too in a second. Now, I'm not saying he might not want to anymore. Maybe he learned his lesson. I don't know, but you'll see.
Towards the middle or end of September. So we'll be there twice, but it'll just be me on the first trip and then the second trip.
Or no, I think that he realized that people can make money off of him, but he can't make any money. So that's why he don't want to talk to the media. Could be that. And that's okay for him not to want people to make money off of him. That's completely fine.
Okay. That's what I'm trying to figure out. So this way I know,
I think this is the clip where he talks.
Well enough. I mean, I should be able to get the sheriff's permission to obviously do filming with you, of course. But the reason I say that is because not too long ago, I mean, if you look on the internet, I'm not letting you know about this now because it just happened like yesterday. One of the local TV places that does the TV news on one of the channels locally here, I think that they call it Color 10. They were just filming inside of the house unit, the housing unit here. They were just filming right inside of it. Almost 2/3 of the inmates that were in this housing unit ended up going to the spot where they didn't want to be filmed.
Look, so he said almost 2/3 of the inmates went to a different spot from where they was because they didn't want to be filmed. But
I was not one of them that moved.
I was not one of them that moved. I died when he said that. I was not one of them.
Stayed right where I was.
I stayed right where I was because I really.
Yeah. And then
cool then.
Yeah. So I ended up getting my film coverage again for the.
I ended up getting my film coverage again for the TV again, and he laughed. Like
they didn't interview me.
I was flabbergasted.
Almost looked like a panoramic view of the. Yeah, that's what they were doing.
This was so cringe.
And then I did a little filming on the what was it? The rules are supposed to be supposedly placed in here, even though those don't.
Look, he was even on the jail film, y'all. He's an actor now. I can't stop.
Since I'm aware of all the corruption going on in this jail.
Ooh, he calling out the corruption.
That's interesting though. The change like to your daily schedule, seeing them. Did they come? Were they just walking around inside the prison?
Oh, Sheena, I don't know if you're awake or Jeanette. Now, I'm sure you could probably comment on this. So, but most people with autism, especially probably with high support needs, I don't know, they thrive on a routine, right? Like they don't even want that to be like messed up.
Right.
Now listen to what he's about to say.
Yeah, exactly. Inside the housing unit, yeah.
Right. Okay. Do you have any what do they call like guards or officers or any of them? Do you quite
He's about to say
any
it.
of them? Do you trust any of them, or like as in is there somebody that you can maybe talk to specifically to ask about this form that I mentioned?
I'm not sure who I could ask actually. I'm not sure. Yeah.
I'm trying to think because obviously I've sent you one, but
He's about to say it, I think.
Because the reason I say that is because the officer that's working up here right now, he it's the original person I asked the very first time I asked, and he didn't know.
Okay.
So that's the reason why I didn't know he wasn't.
Okay. And so there's just one officer, or is there maybe somebody else you could try and I would really appreciate it if you could, just to see if somebody else that, I'm trying to sort it out here, but if there's any way that we can get help.
Subaru and our retailers are the largest automotive donors to Make-A-Wish, supporting kids and families.
No cuts off here. Okay, well, this is what he ends up saying. He was like, oh, man, it must have been maybe earlier in the thing. He says, oh, my foot hurts. They didn't even respond. I guess it cut off right there. What the fuck does he say? What was we talking about? Blah, blah, blah. Oh, no. Okay, so she was like, yeah, it's just the same routine. It's a routine, the same thing every day. And, he likes when he gets to break the routine, basically. And I thought that was kind of, because usually, and I'm not saying that somebody with autism never is going to want to do anything else, but it's almost like it actually more excites him than bothers him when something like is out of his normal routine. And I just thought that was kind of weird, but it wasn't in that clip. It must have been earlier. And they never commented on it. So, man, we don't get to hear what they said about that. I thought for sure that they were going to comment on it because of him bringing up Gypsy, but I think it was just that it was pretty cringe. Or is this when the live got off or something? I wonder why they I just end it.
They know that I'm the type of person who tends to think outside the box because it's working out here right now.
Yeah, that was it. But yeah, that was wild to me. I don't even like reading these comments because they're so stupid. I wonder if anybody mentions anything he says. Probably not. It's just crazy. I cannot. Her posture and acting. Is that it? That's not even true. Like, Gypsy's Revenge was the one where Nick's family was in, right? Was that the one? Or maybe it was a different show. I know there was one where Nick's dad talked in it. I just know that she really wanted Nick's dad to be in the documentary. It wasn't about, because they said, I'm confused. Now, she was being a little pushy about getting in touch with his dad, but I think it's because they wanted him to be a part of it. But I'm confused. Was this Sophia person really trying to help Nick, or was she using him for a pro-Gypsy Rose Blanchard documentary? It wasn't about a pro-Gypsy Rose Blanchard documentary. This girl wanted, if they were going to be speaking about Nick, so they wanted his family to be involved. Just like I hate when people, I can't stand when people say like people with autism can't lie. That's literally not true.
That's ridiculous.
It really is. You know what's a good thing to look at for, like, you're not going to get an exact breakdown of who Nick is, but the prosecution's psychiatrist or expert, whatever, that evaluated Nick, the breakdown he did was so good. And that's, I mean, to be honest, when it came to both their experts, he 100% won. Like, first of all, he corrected the defense's expert because he messed up on numbers somewhere. And the whatever it's called that he used, the model that he used, it just explained, the other one was just so basic. It was like, it's either here or there. Whereas this man, he showed the whole, it's like it's like this, the way that, you know how the autism spectrum goes like this? And it doesn't go like straight across. It's like up. It's like a hill like this or something like that. And like, I don't know. I'm not educated on that. But if you watch Nick Shaw, if you just go to that one part, I'm telling y'all, it's so interesting. And you learn a lot about Nick and where he excels at, where his weaknesses are. Yeah, Nick's not a stupid person. I used to hate when Nina was taught all her videos. Gypsy Rose Blanchard manipulated a special needs, sometimes you say special needs, slow man with autism. Like, it's such it's so insulting the way that people are described Nick. Just like this was insulting to him, I feel like. Y'all got your followers to pay money, okay, to get records for answers, and then Nick tells you all the things he wants to tell you, and then you sit there, don't listen to a thing he says and make up conspiracies and theories about what you think instead of listening to him. I just don't understand. Unless he would have said something they wanted him to say, then they would have listened. I just think it's so exploitive too. And if if anyone's using him and his autism, it would be these people to fit a narrative for themselves, in my opinion. I think they paint him as like a victim of his autism. And I don't know, I bet his best traits come from his autism.